motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We're talking about making it clap tonight, making it rain. It's kind of crazy. How y'all feeling, man? I know it's late. I know it's late, man. 3:30 in the morning over here on the East Coast, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is where I am broadcasting from. Wherever you are out there in the world, thank you for coming through and checking out the Daily Go Getimism show. And it's the Daily Go Getimism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? Listen, man. So tonight, we talking about either make it rain or make it clap. Make it rain or make it clap. You know what it means to make it rain. A popular thing to do in the clubs coming from the early 2000s was to have a big stack of money and throw it in the air and people just go crazy. Everybody's on the ground picking up this money. And if you have enough money, like if you're an entertainer or, normally if you work in entertainment, or if you push a little weight, or you just really want to waste all of your money from your 9-to-5 job, you might consider making it rain. It's basically, there are different ways to make it rain. You can shuffle the money off, like you have a big stack of bills, and you shuffle them up into the air, and as the papers come down, as the dollars come down, they call it making it rain. I'm sure that y'all are familiar with that. But when we talk about the metaphorical premise of making it rain, we're talking about having money and being willing to spend the money, which is what a lot of people look for out here in the world, particularly some women. And you can call them predatory women. You can call them whatever you want. But the bottom line is everybody likes to be provided for. And when you think about, when a woman thinks about the type of man that she wants, she may think in terms of his looks, his ability to generate revenue, to be able to take care of his family, the ability to be there for his children should the notion or the situation of children should come into play. The other thing that she may want in a man is that a man who has a decent income, a viable source of income, and may be willing to spend it a little bit. If she's a little spoiled, if she's used to getting what she wants, and if she's used to having things, you want a man that can be able to provide a place to stay, a car to drive, money to pay bills and go shopping and things like that. So making it rain. Out here in the dating world, you may be strongly looking at somebody who can make it rain, but not necessarily make it rain, because when you talk about making it rain, you're talking about somebody that's in the club. It happens often in a strip club also. In a strip club, Lots of single dollars in the strip club. Y'all already know. You've seen it. Okay. But making it rain. Now, I doubt if anybody puts it on their dating profile that they want a man that can make it rain in the club. But nonetheless, it's a theoretical thing and kind of a metaphorical premise. And let's go to the next thing, which is making it clap. Making it clap. Now I may have to explain what this means. Some women have the type of butt where they can jump up and down and their butt cheeks makes a clapping sound, a smacking sound. Some women can do it effortlessly. I've seen women do it on the internet, and it's for entertainment purposes. It's for visual purposes. It's mental sex. It's mental sex. But it's also symbolizing the type of woman that is more than willing to get a little freaky in the bedroom, I don't want to say that she may be promiscuous or anything because we don't have any data to support that. But if she can make it clap, more than likely she has a voluptuous, thick type of body. It's a little harder for a thin woman, a skinny girl to make it clap. So we normally talking about those who are on the north side of 150. On the north side of 150 pounds, unless of course you're like 4'7". Anyway, either make it rain or make it clap. Have we reduced our desires and our expectations to those who can either finance our mission or get as freaky with us as possible? What up, Stacey White? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you and everybody else too. You know, I know it's late. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all getting up and checking out this little segment and setting your alarms to do this. That is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? This is our club, and I appreciate y'all coming through on a regular. Anyway, so yeah, either make it rain or make it clap. Is that what the dating scene has been reduced to? Is that what we doing out here? Now, of course, there's some people, this is going to sound ridiculous. What do you mean make it rain? What do you mean make it clap? Everything ain't about sex. And it's not. Everything good in a relationship can't be physically driven. It can't all be sexual. It can't be the chief motivator. Although I'm sure in some people's minds and in some people's situations and relationships, I'm sure that sex is probably a big percentage of the reason that some people are together. Hey man, I ain't mad at you. You do what you do. You do what you do. Have a good time. I say be safe. Be as safe as possible. But you hear so many people complaining about how bad it is out here to date and how hard it is out here to find somebody. Well, when you have reduced your expectations to those who can either make it rain or make it clap, is the problem them? Is the problem the machine? Is the problem the system? Or is the problem up in here? Is it us? Is it us? Fellas, let me know. If you're somewhere out there and you're listening, please let me know. Do you look for a woman that can make it clap? Now, please understand that this making it clap thing is something that you do before you have sex. Not that there aren't women that can make it clap during the act. It's a whole different story. There are positions that to support that, and there are plenty of women that can do this. But that's a whole, But if that's a requirement of yours, if that is a requirement of yours, like you need a woman who is ultra sexy to you and definitely somebody who excites your libido on a regular basis because you're going to use your libido on a regular basis, is that what we doing out here? Is this what's going to actually pay our emotional bills? You know, what are we looking for out here? If you're single, or even if you are linked up with somebody and you are looking to free yourself from somebody, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's say that you are in a couple. You are in a couple situation. You're in a committed situation. Regardless of how committed you are, because there are levels to commitment. There's commitment on a job level, commitment on a relationship level, and commitment on a marriage level. And some married people are not committed to each other, and some people who are in a relationship are committed to each other. Of course, there are plenty of people who are in a relationship who aren't committed to each other as well. But we want to make sure that we understand that this thing can cover a lot of bases. It can go a lot of places. There are a lot of different looks to this thing. It feels different from person to person, from situation to situation. But if you are a single person out here and you are looking to date, if you're looking for a mate, if you're looking for somebody, to be with, is that one of the things that you would put as a high priority in your search engine, your personal search engine? I'm not talking about Googling. I'm talking about for you personally. Would that be something that you're looking for? Either, listen, I need a man that's not going to be stingy. I need a man that's going to take care of his kids and take care of me. And and don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people out here where money is the most important thing, even if they're not looking to take your money. There are people out here who will not date people who don't make a certain amount of money or who work in certain jobs. It's bougie. But a preference is a preference. It's no different than I need a man who's over 6 foot tall, or I need a woman that got a fat old ass and big old titty, or can make it clap. Make it clap. This world that we live in is so sexual. It is. It is so hypersexual. We infuse sex into everything that we do visually. The whole media, everything in the media is sexual. Okay, I shouldn't say every last thing in the media, but so much of it is. Some of it is outright and right in your face, and some of it is very subtle and seems to be playing in the background, even when it's right there in front of your face. Like if I'm watching a sports show, like a sports commentary show, they'll normally have a female host or a female co-host somewhere talking about sports, and she's always good looking, and she always is in some way showing her goods. Not all, I ain't saying she be having her titties all the way out or whatever, but they seem to make sure that they hire women who are very easy on the eyes. Very easy on the eyes. It is what it is. What up, Mr. Dark? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate it. Mr. Dark, since you're here, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you like or need a woman who can make it clap? Make it clap. If you know what I mean, if you've been listening for a while. Okay, so did you hear the question? Do you need a woman who can make it clap? Is okay? He said, yes, sir. Like, yo. So do you need it or do you just like it? Like, will you date a woman who can't make it clap, but she may be good looking in other ways or desirable to you in other ways? Like, or is it a requirement? Like, nah, I can't be messing around with no chick that can't make it clap. And Stacy, do you need a man who can make it rain? Or should I say, is a man being a good provider a requirement for you? Is that something that you need or require or that you want or desire, or even if you don't place demands on somebody for it, is that something that is definitely in your personal profile or personal list of things that you want? I ain't trying to get deep into anybody's business. I'm just trying to find out why, or some of the reasons that people complain about dating these days. But in terms of either make it rain or make it clap, we're talking about people who want a specific thing. They want a specific thing. And I can't really be mad at nobody for wanting what they want. Why would I even be mad at anybody who wants what they want? At least when you are open and forthcoming about what you want, nobody can come back to you later and say that you didn't communicate it. Nobody can come back and say, well, you never said what you wanted from me exactly. Okay. Stacey White says protection and provider. That sounds fair to me. It does. That sounds fair. That sounds fair. And we hear so many people talk about somebody being broke. You know, you a broke nigga, you a broke bitch, you know, you a bum. You're broke. You're not this. You only have that. The only reason you have this, that, and the third. We hear it. We've heard it from A to Z. We've heard it all. Haven't we? Didn't we? Didn't we almost hear it all? When all the single people was bitching. Anyway, yeah, make it rain or make it clap. Either make it rain or make it clap. Either make it rain or make it clap. You know, as you get older, your desires for things and your expectations for things change. It has to change. The hardest thing in this world to do is to stay the same. The hardest thing to do in the world is to stay the same. It's very, very hard. Extremely difficult. Even though people will tell you all the time, don't change. I like you just the way you are. You know, you are. But you can't stay the same. You got to grow. You got to learn. And every time you learn something, every time you experience something, a change is taking place within you, even if it's involuntary. You may not notice that it's changed, but it has, and it will continue to do as such. But when you expect something like making it rain or making it clap, are you setting yourself up to be disappointed time and time again? Or are you even creating your own disappointment? You know, in relationships, we talk a lot. You hear a lot of people talk about fidelity and infidelity. Cheating. You said that you would always be there. You said that you would be loyal. You said that you would never, have eyes for anybody else, and you lied. You was kicking it with him. You was kicking it with her. You was kick it. Oh, Stacey White says a man for her needs to have a car. I don't think that's too much of a big expectation. You know, I have known some men who were afraid to drive, though. I think it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Scared to drive. Always got to go somewhere, though. What the guan. But anyway, yeah. As you get older, your expectations change. You know, where one day you may, whereas maybe when you were younger, you used to throw money around all the time, and maybe you used your money in order to gain favor or friendship or love or companionship or whatever. One thing is for sure. If you have enough money, people will hang around with you. They will try to get close to you. They will try to get next to you. They will try to get to know you. They want some of that wealth spirit to rub off on them, even if it's just so they can observe how you are and what you do, so they can try to make some money themselves or do what you did in order to get paid. You know, it's hard to be rich and lonely. Lonely in the sense that nobody is around. People will come around somebody who makes a lot of money. They will. They will. They will jump on the bandwagon and hitch themselves to somebody who has money. Either because they think that they're going to give them some money, or they think that they're going to teach them how to make some money. Show them how to get paid. When you're broke, it's easy to be lonely. And conceptually, I don't even understand that. Why should it be easy to be broken alone when there's so many other broke people around? You can best believe if you're broke, you can look to the left and see some broke people over there. You can look to the right and see some broke people over there. Are y'all two just not getting together? Are the millions of us not getting it together? And I can include myself. I may not be starving. I may not want for anything, but I'm definitely far from rich. So to some people, I'm totally broke. Stacey says, I must really like the show because I'm breaking up my beauty sleep. I say the same thing. And I appreciate you breaking up your beauty sleep to come through and check out the Daily Go Getimism show. I appreciate it exponentially. That means a lot. But I do. It's been a long day for me. It has. It's been a long day for me. A very long day. And emotionally charged. And like there's been, like, I'm not going to get into it at this time, but let's just say I've been relieved in some ways, and at the same way that I've been relieved, or that I feel relief, I also restart the same types of things that would make a person worry. So, that's that strange balance. That's the strange balance. It's all good though. So yeah. So here we are talking about either make it rain or make it clap. Either make it rain or make it clap. So when I was talking about how you, as you get older, your expectations change. Maybe when you were younger, making it clap or making it rain was a big deal to you. Because they're both of those things are very, very visible and visual things that people do. So that's why they get the attention that they get. If somebody only shows the money that they have in private, if anybody outside of where you said it says it back to you or brings it up, then you know that the person that was in private with you shared it with people who weren't in that room. Okay. So that could be making it rain or that could be making it clap. But making it rain, when you see somebody throwing money in the air, especially if they were bigger bills, it's going to make you look like, who is doing that? Okay. Yeah, I need a slice of that pie. Count me in. Yo, can I get a slice? Yo, Vinny, can I get a slice? So, yeah. And making it clap. People, I've seen women do that on the internet. And I'm sure that there's some men who do it on the internet too. Yeah, and y'all know what I'm talking about. We don't have to put no name to it at this time, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Stacey says, I want my dude to be visual too. Okay. Hey, we all want what we want, but we have to find a way to strive to get the things that we need, even if the things that we need are the things that we want. And there's definitely a way for that to happen. Like, I didn't lose my job, but I work at a different location. Still work for the same company. Yeah. But very visual. Very visual. So when you get older, even though you may still like a man or a woman who is good looking, that may not be as much of a priority as you get closer to your golden years. You probably are not going to make somebody who will make it rain. You're probably not going to take them as seriously, or it might not be like a requirement like it is now. And let me take a second out to talk about the cool dude from around the way. In every neighborhood, there's always some dude who probably is extremely popular around the way, and all of the girls, young and around his age, were all going gaga over the board. He was definitely showing love, time, and attention. That may have been important, or like even being in competition for the love and affection of somebody. So somebody has somebody else, but I still want them to want me. Or somebody is super single. They don't go out with anybody. They don't have any contact. They're kind of like hermit status. But making it rain or making it clap. Make it rain or make it clap. I know one thing. You'll have a hard time convincing a woman who can make it clap that she doesn't have a skill that is marketable. The same thing with a man who makes a decent amount of money, or possibly a really good amount of money. Whether he makes it or whether he already has it, whether it's showing or whether it's in the background. Men who have money to spend will spend it. And that will often become their MO for spending. They're known for running around here Big Willie style, and they embrace that. Like, that's the way it's gonna be. That's the way it's gonna be. We about to get on up out of here, y'all. I ain't gonna be doing a whole lot of overtime tonight. I'm telling you, Mr. Sandman, give me a dream, boom, 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 making the sleepiest that I ever seen. I was tired, but it's gonna be all right, and everything is gonna be all right. Think it won't. Yeah, and as a man gets older, he may choose to stop chasing around women who or stop prioritizing women who can make it clap. Maybe he feels like, yeah, if she'll make it clap for me, she'll make it clap for anybody else, because it's a visual thing. So yeah, you might be able to rationalize that you are just so handsome, old head, that she had to just have you. But you and I know the truth, and you and her know the truth. A wise man knows when to let go, regardless of what letting go means. Capiche, kapun, understand. But yeah, we get older. Maybe those people who are in a midlife crisis, going through a midlife crisis, maybe they are prioritizing making it rain or making it clap nowadays, or some type of action like that is close or similar or relative, or just a different version. Just a different version. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 31st, last day of Jan, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them. Making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Sadiqa Jenkins, happy birthday to you. And also Sarah Elaine, happy birthday to you. And Lisa Queen Cashy Williams, turning 49 years old today. And April Sullivan, turning 50 years old today. And Diane Morrison, turning 64 years old today. And Reverend Labo Kanza, happy birthday to you. And Brandon Jones, turning 38 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And also Tracy Shondell, turning 53 years old today. And also Philip Corbin, turning 51 years old today. And last but not least, me brother has appeared many times on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, many times on the Sun Always Shine show. My man Alejandro Gutierrez, well, as he pronounced it, Alejandro Gutierrez. Okay. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 31st, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, making it rain, making it clap is your decision. But remember, you're going to have to live with the decision that you make. And sometimes it's not all that favorable, the decision that you have to live with, deal with. And people telling you, I've never actually, except for people hearing it on TV, I've never heard anybody say, I told you so. I've heard them say, I fucking told you. There's nothing wrong with having a type that you are going out there for. There's nothing wrong with having standards and requirements that you expect to be respected and followed to the letter. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes when you're expecting something of someone that they either cannot or will not deliver. So, when you expect, do you expect to make it clap after 40? And is that important? And as far as making it rain, if the pandemic hadn't showed us anything or taught us anything, it taught us that we need to pay attention on the road and that we have to be careful at all times. Regardless of how good you may be, keeping the label on somebody or consistently dating somebody just because they fill a certain criteria can get you in a whole heap of disappointing trouble. That's all I have to say about that. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go-Getterism show on the late night tip. So please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button to share the show. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. All right. So let's get on up out of here, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow night. And I appreciate y'all coming through now. Peace.